On Christmas morning last year, I checked myself into the emergency room with a wound on my foot. I didn't leave until January 2nd. The wound was so severe that the doctors didn't know if they could save my foot. They were brutally honest and said it's either going to live or it's going to die. And these kind of wounds, well, they're really hard to heal. What followed was months of learning patience the hard way. I wore a wound vac to keep the area dry, going to the hospital 3 times a week for dressing changes. Then came months in a cast, again, 3 visits a week. After that, a boot for several more months. This Christmas marks a full year since I lost the ability to do any kind of serious nature photography. I had to say no to hiking through forests in the spring to photograph migrating warblers. Instead, I photographed them from a lawn chair at a campsite. I had to say no to woodland wildflowers, not just because of the wound vac, but because a tendon in my foot had been severed as well, making walking almost impossible on uneven ground. Tallgrass prairie wildflowers, they were off the table. So was deep sky astrophotography. I just didn't have the balance to carry a heavy mount and telescope anymore. But I found ways to adapt. I was fortunate enough to photograph the northern lights from a parking lot, setting up next to my truck. And I photographed nature on the side of the road as well. The year wasn't a pity party. I still made images. I still showed up, just differently. And now this Christmas, I'm saying yes to good health. My foot is almost healed. I have a brace to support the severed tendon and special shoes that will let me walk nature trails again. So this Christmas isn't about getting back to where I was. It's about moving forward, expanding my horizons again, venturing back into nature and finding peace. And if I'm lucky, bringing home a few good photos along the way.